at the Lee Valley VeloPark in Stratford. We're here for a Nikon Z9 experience day.
We're going to experience Z9 in our hands, as well as long lenses, short lenses, cyclists and breakdancers.
That's right. There's a few breakdancers just thrown in.
Exactly, because why not?
So let's go and check it out. Didn't bring our stuff. Our bags are over there.
Yeah. Need to get my bag, yeah. Here we go, a brand new 400 2.8 lens with a built-in teleconverter. Technically a pre-production model, but actually a very usable. Feels much lighter than it looks. It looks quite bulky, but actually when you take it, you don't realize how light it is, and the autofocus is really good. So just a quick close-up shot. What? Whoa. Alright, here's a quick impression. Fox is really fast, paired out with Z9, tracks that guy, cycling slowly, really well. Alright, Becky, check this out.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. I was honestly expecting it to be really heavy.
She can hold it with one hand.
I can hold it with one hand.
You like it? Yeah, hi Richie, what do you think about this lens? It's alright. Yeah, it's alright. Richie said it's alright. Steel image, that's cool.
Yeah, look at that. That's cool. So I got him going like, it's 20 frames per second, right? So it's like do.
Becky's running for that 9. Becky's running for that 9. Becky, grab and run.
Quickly. What should I put on it though? 100, 400?
A long lens would be nice.
I mean, I need to crop it a little bit, but I've got the ability to do that. So I managed to get the balance of the ISO and the shutter speed about right, so I don't end up with horrendous noise. So yeah, happy with that.
And that's what, 5 frames per second?
Okay, so I've gone Z9. I'm going to swap the lens, don't worry. So I've got Z9 with 2875, but I'm going to put the 100 to 400 on, and then I'm going to put the 2875 back on this Z5 for this this angle. Actually, this might work quite well. Let's see.
You see, I know what this is for. It's for the tripod.
That's right.
You just put your tripod in here, like an umbrella, and you just lift it there. How many will be in your frame if you...
Probably. Oh,
that was
missed
fast.
him. I need a bit of practice. Obviously. I don't know what I'm going for.
Yeah, I've done some panning.
You did some, did you succeed? Oh,
Oh, I am genius. You want to see some bangers? My friend, my friend. Look at that guy. If you want a sport lens, 2875, that's where it's at. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna go now for fast. I want a shallow depth of field, 2.8 on this dude. All right, Becky, so far, before our break dancers, BMX drivers,
yes.
let's go and shoot some cyclists going on the track.
Yeah, we've got our hands on a Z9 and a 100 to 400 now.
Okay, we got a tripod with a ball head, just in case.
It would be quite good if we grabbed another long lens, wouldn't it?
Yes, we can get a longer lens.
We're going to be actually photographing some cyclists going around and doing circuits. We're going to try some panning shots. What are we looking for when we're testing out these two lenses that we've got our hands on?
First of all, we got 180-400 lens F-mount, and we also got Z100-400 lens. So what we want to see is we want to compare them and take similar shots of cyclists. Just we're going to look at them on the computer later on, see what the sharpness is like, what the vignetting is like, and what the focusing speed is like on Z9 and possibly on Z6 camera. Now, in terms of shots, definitely, I want to look at some panning as a creative side of things, but I also just want to check the focusing speed of both lenses, see how fast they can track of fast-moving cyclists along the track. And, you know, since I have never done it before, it must be fun, isn't it?
We can but hope.
Shall we?
We shall. We're not exactly comparing apples with apples here, are we?
No, we never do actually.
No.
Here's the review of how we feel about this lens. Not
Our
actual review of the lens.
emotional response to the lens.
Yeah.
All right, I like your angle though.
Oh yes.
I actually managed to get some eye detection when he got quite close.
That's pretty good.
Nice. I don't know how you're managing to get such. I know it's not your usual composition, but it looks like he's, you know, riding up the wall. That's quite cool.
Yeah, no.
Oops. We've had a little bit of time now to try out the 100 to 400 on the Z9 and the 180 to 400 on, well, actually we've been using this on the Z9 as well, and then I used the 100 to 400 also on the Z6 too. Let's talk about autofocus speed of the Z9.
Yes.
How did you find it?
It's a no-brainer when comparing to Z6.
Yeah.
It just feels sluggish, and then if you pair it up with a high frame rate, like 20 frames per second, it just, you go back to Z6 and it's just like that sluggish, isn't it? So that's how far it is. I mean, not gonna lie, Z6 can still do an eye tracking for the fast coming subject, which is really good. It's just Z9 copes with it a lot faster.
It's very true. Although I will say, for my own purposes, if I were, for example, doing this as a shoot for fun, which I am, but if it wasn't my profession, I would still find the Z6 II, the number of shots that I end up with at the end of the day as keepers, would be fine.
Yeah, when it nails the focus,
Yeah.
the image is there. And if you don't have subjects coming towards you, like the cyclist over here, but you have, let's say, breakdancers, which are set in wide position mostly, then Z6 will cope much better
Yeah.
compared to those. But if you have subject coming towards you, that's where Z9 excels.
Yeah. We're hitting about 4,500 images for the day. The day's not over yet. In situations where you are shooting an Olympic event, for example, a once in a lifetime opportunity, you need those 20 frames just to be on the safe side. But
Keep in mind, you're going to do your culling in camera, and you can send your images either straight through the wire or Ethernet cable, or you need to be really quick to choose the right one. So generally, yeah, it's fun to have 3,000 shots, but you have to be quick, and that's why you've been called professional, you know, and would allow to shoot events like this. But realistically speaking, yes, I mean, you're going to record a sequence of 20 seconds, you're going to choose one shot out of it.
yeah.
So high efficiency RAW to make it a little bit smaller in size, and lots of spare time selecting the right images. Okay, so Bex, now let's talk lenses. So I had one H2400 f4 lens with built-in TC 1.4 teleconverter, and you tried the new Z100-400 lenses. What are your impressions so far?
Okay, so first up, in a situation like this where it's relatively low light and you need fast shutter speeds, having a fixed f4 is great. Obviously, this is a 4.5 to 5.6 lens, so you do lose a little bit of light at the longer end.
Which means you increase in ISO and your image is going to be a little bit grainier.
Yeah, and from looking at the back screen already, I've seen that. So it's going to be interesting to see what the pictures look like after noise reduction once we put it through the computers. This I needed a tripod for.
Yeah, it's not exactly hand-holdable. Well, it's usable, and you can generally, let's say, put this lens on a rail and kind of pan with it. It's not exactly hand-holdable, I would say.
No.
But you know what I would say to you? Just looking at the images on the back of the camera, I feel the magic comes through that in terms of image quality. This is not slouch. This is really good lens.
Yeah.
But you look at the images from here, and maybe just a little bit extra third of a stop at f4, but the bokeh is much better. The focusing is a little bit faster, and I feel it a bit sharper, but just judging from the back of the screen. Of course, we're going to look at the big screen and we'll decide later.
Yes, and I do agree with you. There is something slightly magical about the rendering of that lens. This is very good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy with the results I've seen so far. This one also has a teleconverter. Did you engage the teleconverter?
Haven't done that. I think the length was good enough to shoot from that end of the track all the way to the back, so I didn't need to do that. But also, as you say, the magic comes through, but at a price, because compared to the price of this lens, this is a lot more expensive. And in the real world situation, if, you know, I wouldn't even say on the budget, all the more expensive lenses, but this as a value for money is a fantastic choice. If you don't mind to spend a lot more, then yes, that will give you that magic you're
It
paying
is
for.
a beautiful lens. For
Indeed. Sure. Okay. Shall we?
We shall. Where are you going?
We're going, okay. Mama said.
I'm like, we're going this way. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Go.
Yeah.